Joining you with e-racing. You're joining us with Petronas Cintium round 4, brought to you by Ceylon Motorsports Club. A very good afternoon to all the spectators out there, and good luck to all the drivers. We are now on the qualifying session. We have 13 drivers competing here today on WeatherTech Raceway Laguna Seca, a Californian sunny track, and with some very notable corners like the Corkscrew and Andretti hairpin. So we will get live action coming to you from the race control happening right here at our very own Hiroshin Pereira's race control, and he will be also joining me on the race commentary as well. To give you a bit of a synopsis on the event going on today, we have on the Pro class, Viren Boteju driving Aston Martin V12 Vantage GT3 spec, Brian Pereira driving a Porsche 911 RSR, Riaz Hafrat driving a Hyundai Genesis GR3, Thiago Pereira again driving a Porsche 911 RSR, and Mevan Pereira driving Porsche, Kevin Pereira driving Porsche 911 RSR, Adam Junaid another Porsche driver, Akil Rizmi another Porsche driver, Kushan Piris Porsche again, Ashan Sibla driving Porsche 911 RSR. We saw Ashan driving in Nürburgring a couple of days back on his Facebook, so we will get to see some real action taking place. I presume he's joining us from Germany today. And Shami Alvis will be also driving Porsche 911 RSR. Kurt Martenstein driving the Volkswagen Beetle GR3, and Rushdie Irshan driving Porsche 911 RSR. So today we see a lot of drivers have opted to drive the Porsche, the most reliable and promising car for very challenging circuits, I suppose. Better handling indeed. And the qualifying is on. We have 5 minutes 40 seconds left. Currently Thiago Pereira is leading with a provisional pole out of the 13 drivers, driving a very beautiful golden and black liveried Porsche, and lovely car, I must say, very noticeable. Irshan is currently on P2 with just 0.1 of a second off Thiago Pereira's pace. John the third, now riding with this is Viren driving Aston Martin, a very beautiful Aston Martin in grey blue livery. Reminds me of the times that Dylan Tamalagamu used to drive his Aston Martin and win the championship back in 2010 or 2008 in Sepang. He used to drive a beautiful blue Aston, and then before switching over to Porsche and finally to the Lamborghini. And Brian Pereira again on a Porsche red and black livery, very beautiful vehicle. And Brian, he drove a fantastic race the last time in the round 3 as well. Very competitive and a very, very, very clean driver. Always stays on a track just like he's glued, and just as if he's on rails. Brian Pereira, there he is. And must mention all the Pereira brothers are competing in the Pro class today as well. So currently Brian is having P5, provisional P5. And Shami Alvis coming into the pits. So let's move on to Kevin Pereira. He's also coming into the pits. Another Pereira brother. And Mevan is also in the pits in his Porsche. A very beautiful blue livery. Lovely, fantastic car. And Niroshan is ready to join with me on the commentary. Good afternoon, Niroshan.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. We're midday in Laguna Seca in the United States. It's a lovely 3.6 kilometer circuit with 11 turns twisting up and down. We've got different undulations on the track. The layout is pretty much, I think, somewhere in the deserts, because you get a lot of sand on track as well. So we ride on board with Mevan Pereira in the Porsche as he is on an outlap. At the moment, Thiago Pereira has set the first of the timings of 1:21.491, and he's closely followed by Rushdie Irshan. So that's the state of the situation at the moment. Akil Rizni in third place, Viren Boteju in fourth, Brian Pereira in fifth, Shami Alvis in sixth, Kevin Pereira in seventh, Brian Pereira in eighth, and that's your top 8 drivers. Let me just keep you in spec. This, by all the drivers, is only a banker. So a couple of drivers will be doing a few extra runs, They will come into the pits, grab a set of fresh rubber, and then go out and do their flying lap in the latter part of their runs. Most of these guys, there's a gamesmanship taking place where they will try to burn off as much fuel as they can, as we ride on board with Chami Alvis as he comes into the the first corner, which is the Andretti hairpin, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, it is. And as he will ride on board with Chami as he takes the right-hander into the second right-hander under the bridge. That's where we go, where the mother of all polishers, it says there, into the tight left-hander. He will get into second gear, keep it on second, into third, short shifting there, up the hill. This is very difficult because you don't see the apex when you turn in here. You're up on the hill, you run the car wide, Chami getting blocked by Ashan also on an outlap, if I'm not mistaken. As he comes into that tough corkscrew, it's very difficult because the car is one way then the other. And again, you don't see the apex from the top of the hill. You take a left-hander into another slight left-hander and sharp braking into the right-hander. Second gear, I would take it. No, third gear, flat out. Ashan and Chami there. And a sharp right-hander there. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. That's a lap of Laguna Seca. Ashan, Manukshan.
Niroshan, as you were walking us through the corkscrew, I just wanted to ask you, how technically difficult is that? Because I've driven digitally on this track as well. I have no clue as to how to take that corner. You're banking left, just like in an aeroplane, and you have to roll again onto your right. It's terrible.
The car is all over the place. You got to make it. You know it's what you call controlled aggression. You cannot push it too much. Because as you see, Thiago is just there. As he goes around the corkscrew again, the car is wiggling away. It gets light on this track.
Yes.
You're always over the hill and right round the corners there.
And I saw Thiago was going on the first corner through the corkscrew. Is that a right approach, or can he take it on the second?
This is only an outlap for him.
Okay.
So he's just making sure that he burns as much fuel as he can in the car to lighten the car as much as you can. This is all, these guys are just running this thing just to make sure that the car is running light. As you see, Thiago is running with less than half tank of fuel, whereas everybody else has fueled up their cars.
That's right. A lot of people are running with 100 liters of fuel, whereas I think Thiago started with the 60 liters.
No, you start qualifying with the full tank.
Okay.
And then when you go in to get your tires, you should not refuel the car again.
But a lot of people have seem to have refueled, right?
I wouldn't know why. But
yeah, but everybody seems to be running on full tank of fuel.
But credit to Chami. Chami's run this qualifying session with a set of medium tires.
So the rest of people are driving on the soft, you suggest?
I presume so. Looks like Thiago is also running on racing softs. Chami is running on a set of mediums.
So that's a pretty impressive lap by Chami, running on the mediums with a full tank of petrol, and he's ahead currently, provisional pole so far.
Exactly, and you can see Thiago has already is on a cool down lap. So is Rushdie Shan. Adam is in fourth place. Absolute credit to him. Beautiful car there. Maxi's branding on the sides of it. J Holmes on the other side. And it, as usual, Adam has to have that mad Supermax on him. He's an ardent supporter of Max Verstappen.
Oh, Max Verstappen, right. So that was the
end of qualifying. And now where you see the cars, 13 cars on grid. Chami is on pole, yes. And let's ride on board with these guys and let's see who is going to have the line into the first corner. We'll ride on board with Chami.
So it's going to be quite a long race, 14 laps of racing, and Chami Alvis is on P1, and Thiago locking the front grid with Chami alongside.
They're off.
They're marks. They're a race start, yes.
We ride on board with Chami. Let's see. Thiago has the inside line there.
Thiago already has gained on Chami, and he has moved into the lead, going into the hairpin.
Yes, but don't forget that Thiago, I think, has softs as opposed to Chami, who's got medium. So he would have got off the line.
Oh, Chami goes off the track and he's ghosting. That was very unfortunate incident. The man who started on pole, even before the lap ended, he has been a little too aggressive around the corner.
I don't think there was contact there. I don't think there was.
He spun by
all on his own. Yeah.
Okay.
See, what happens is when they run the medium tires, these tires take a little longer
To warm up and get the required
exactly.
chemical grip.
You need to have a couple of laps that you do run a little slower to make sure that you get the car up into that little block hole.
All right. We see, as we were speaking about the technicalities, Brian Pereira has moved into P3 and Irshan is now on P2.
Yeah.
Giving quite a run to Thiago now. Thiago has managed to pull a lovely gap, close to about 1.5 seconds. How long will it start? Because this is a 14-lap race. He's on the racing soft, and there are a couple of drivers starting on the mediums as well.
Let's see how they are. See, Rushdie Irshan is also running mediums.
Yes.
Thiago is running on softs. Brian is also running softs. So if I were Rushdie, I would just let Brian go.
Okay.
Because he's going to grain his tires by trying. There you go.
Oh,
there you go.
Brian, nice move.
And by Rushdie staying where he was, he's going to lose a lot of his. The tire degradation will be much higher.
Okay.
He's got to let these guys go.
Okay. So following a car, or rather, defending a car too much.
He's got to fight the tires.
Okay. So you're basically compromising on your grip level latter part of the race.
Exactly. You should just let the guys who are with the soft tires go, because Rushdie obviously is going to run a longer race.
That is true.
He's going to come into the pits, if at all, much later.
And Niroshan, to the viewers' information, please tell, is it a must that everybody pits and take a fresh set of tires, or can you continue with the same set of tires throughout the entire race?
Well, from what I understand, if you are on a set of mediums, you may not need to pit at all.
Okay, so it's not a mandatory requirement that you pit.
It's not.
Okay, so there goes viewers. All you can now. That was information coming from Niroshan. So you do not require to pit unless you decide to pit on your own as a part of your strategy. So planning your strategy is very important in these races. We saw in the previous round 3 as well.
And if you
strategy worked in favor of several drivers.
I have a feeling that Rushdie will win this.
Oh, you're putting your money behind Rushdie Irshan?
Yeah. Because he's got the right strategy here.
Okay.
Because the mediums, if I'm not mistaken, is going to take him all the way to the end.
Okay, I want to see what Brian is running on. Is he running on racing soft?
It's going to take about 25 seconds, I think.
Okay.
Come in and have a tire change. So Brian and Thiago need to pull at least at 25 seconds for them to come into the pits, do a change, and go.
Okay, in order to secure their current position wherever they are when they decide to come into the pit.
The problem is not going to be the fuel. The problem is going to be the tires.
The tires, right. Can we see where Brian is now? He's currently on P2, and he has closed in on Thiago because he was about 3.5 seconds behind Thiago. He was 3.5 seconds behind when he was P3, and when he took P2, he was 2.5 seconds. Now he's closing in on Thiago, just 1.5 seconds. Thiago is already on sides of Brian. Let us see the tire condition of Brian Pereira. How good it is. He's running on race.
See, look at the two cars. See the amount of tire degradation on
the right rear seems to be giving up
but that's
quite
okay.
fast.
But that's okay. You look at the Thiago's tire degradation, right, and look at Brian's. I'm checking.
It's almost the same.
It's identical.
But
the guy who's going to come in very, very soon, much earlier, is going to be Viren.
All right. So Viren driving his Aston Martin. We will see as to where Viren would. He's currently on P4, and while we were talking, Kurt Martenstein has clocked in the fastest lap time, 1 minute 21 seconds. 1 minute 21, very north of 21 seconds. What is the fastest lap time? Can we see drivers doing sub 120s? Tough. So
not in race condition.
Not in race condition. So technically it will be 121 early.
What's going to happen, Rukshan, is that latter part of this race. Oh, that's a beautiful bold move by Mevan, very clean. Kushan not really having an answer to that, but I think Kushan is also running medium. See?
Kushan seemed to have lost a lot of grip because he was oversteering and understeering, all sorts of incidents.
I'm wondering, have these guys done the right thing?
As to choosing the mediums?
Yeah, because see, the amount of time Kushan has lost. Right?
That's right. Kushan is down to P9.
Yeah, and see, Riaz
has moved up on.
Riaz moved up as well, and Riaz's tires have gone a little bit more than the rest.
Riaz Saprath is driving Hyundai Genesis GR3, the only driver driving a whole new car as opposed to everyone else. A majority is driving the Porsches, and we see one Aston and one. Genesis.
We've got
and also the Volkswagen.
This car, the Volkswagen, is a phenomenal car.
You told me the other day as well that it handles so sweet.
My money would have been on the Volkswagen, driven by somebody. I mean, Kurt is a brilliant driver. I have a feeling that had Kurt qualified better,
he would be up because he had clocked the fastest lap time.
Because this car is a 7-speed.
So very close ratio.
And it's very torquey. It gets up and goes really, really fast. It's a bit thirsty, and it does have a lot of, the tire degradation is a little heavier.
See now, Kurt is on the tail of Ashan Silva. So we forgot to talk about Ashan. He's driving this white Porsche, marked lap 57. Ashan is defending. How is the rules here when it comes to this format of the game?
When you
can weave, or you can just do one lateral change. One lateral change in order to defend.
One movement across the track is all that you can.
Right.
Well, let's ride on board again with the top drivers. Let's see. Kevin is on Akhil, but Kevin running mediums again.
So I see that
Akhil running mediums again.
So one thing I'm seeing here now.
See, this is what I told you, Rukshan. These guys, all of the guys were on mediums. The leaderboard is only 8 seconds away from the star on the leaderboard.
That's right. Yeah.
They've gone 6 seconds. Let's go up with see how Brian and Thiago.
Oh, Brian has closed in on Thiago. It's down to less than a second.
But there's something there here.
Oh, the tire degradation on Brian Pereira. He's losing his right.
Thiago is just letting him
right rear and right front tires.
Because the closer you get to the car front, the more tire degradation you're going.
That's because of the less grip that you're getting.
And the air.
Because you're playing in the dirty air of the race leader.
Exactly. And Thiago is nursing this car along, not trying to make too much of
That is exactly what I wanted to ask you at the previous occasion. I see a less aggressive driving today. Every driver seems to be, comfortably planning probably a race plan well ahead.
Can I tell you something?
Yes, please.
I have a gut feeling all these guys are going to go to the flag without doing a pit stop.
So they are probably planning.
It's going to be absolutely hairy in those last 2 laps, right? They'll be running purely on their wits.
So we are on the 7th lap of the race, halfway mark there.
Happened to Adam.
Adam Junaid has fallen back all the way back to P13.
I'm sure he went off somewhere because Adam was somewhere in the 4th or 5th.
He was in the middle order. He was fighting with the mid pack.
Yeah.
Can we take a look at the mid pack drivers? I'm technically very interested. That is good track action going on there between Kushan Piris, Shammi Alvis and Ashan Silva.
See, even Kushan has lost a lot of ground.
Oh, Ashan losing out on Kushan and Shammi.
No, he got him back.
He got him back. He got it back.
Where is Kushan?
Kushan is on P12 now.
He was there, and then he suddenly went off. I think these guys who are running on he's ghosting there. I think he's having a problem, or something has happened.
Kushan Piris.
I'm sure he got a phone call.
That is a good one.
He's got to answer the phone.
That is a good one. So that deals Adam to go ahead and take P12. Now Adam Junaid. Kurt Martenstein. What an unfortunate situation there. He has just gone off the track.
And that penalty means he's hit the wall.
Oh, okay. That's right.
He's lost his.
So somebody's coming into the pits. That will be Kurt Martenstein.
I told you this Volkswagen is a brilliant car. but it is absolutely thirsty and it takes your tires
Just
away.
halfway,
With-
he's down to 37 liters of fuel remaining.
Exactly.
As it shows on the screens. Can we look at Thiago Pereira's full situation? He's still okay. He has.
He's gonna go to the wire.
All right,
He's
so
gonna go to the flag. I see. He's got 8 laps. He's got 6 more laps to go. He's got
and he's almost half a tank remaining.
Yep.
Less than half a tank remaining.
And he's actually got almost same, but his tires are in a better condition than Brian. So he might be able to do one more lap at a faster pace. But the guy to watch is Rushdie.
Now my question now here is Brian is playing cat and mouse with Thiago. He's just showing that you're there and letting Thiago focus on his rear view mirrors, but not attacking.
See what I told you. See, Brian, his tires are fading. Brian's tires are fading, and it won't be long before even Thiago has the same problem. Right?
I understand.
Now you see, this is where the medium tires are going to come into play, because it's not the first bit; it's that middle stint that the mediums will hold in grip. And if you look at the lap times on the right here,
So everybody is doing 122, whereas Kurt Martin's time, that's a beautiful, sweetly handling car.
Yeah.
Probably why even he was in the back.
Look at the times on the right of your screen. On lap 8, Irshan has done a
Yeah,
123.
123.479. Yes.
See the times of Brian, 124. Let's see Thiago. Thiago's still holding 123s. But that goes to show that Brian's tires are fading pretty quickly.
Are these drivers coasting?
No, they're not.
So they are giving absolute best and staying very competitive.
At this level of the game, look at the championship, right?
Yes, we have the championship after 3 rounds.
Who's leading?
We have Brian Pereira leading the race with 100 total points, and Rushdie Rishan is second.
So they are playing for the chips.
Right.
They are playing for chips here. They're not playing for anything else.
And mind you, we have a very distant third place, Shami Alvis with 84 points.
Yeah, and Shami is nowhere in the runnings today.
So that is
Unfortunately.
That's very unfortunate. So
Unfortunate.
looking at the current race leader, Thiago Pereira, he's on.
He's not in the running either.
Exactly. So though he is leading the race, Brian has everything to lose on the championship.
No, both these guys have a lot to lose.
So Rushdie Rishan on P3,
And-
Brian Pereira on P2, and these guys are
They just-
actually fighting this race as well as the championship because just 2 points of
away from each other.
Exactly, 2 points away from
Exactly.
the race leader.
We've got something. We need to thank our sponsors, Petronas. They've brought this to us. It's a great thing that they're with us. And we also must thank SLT for all what they've done for us. SLT Mobitel.
SLT Mobitel, a big thank you goes out to SLT Mobitel, our proud sponsors, and also Petronas Cintium, who's bringing the title sponsorship to this exercise.
Don't
And
forget lap 57.
Lap 57 is also one of our partners, and behind all, the very notable Ceylon Motorsports Club, making it happen all the time.
House of Glass as well. And AAA. We've got the whole gamut of sponsors here. The cars are all branded with these guys. And it's an amazing thing to see how close Rushdie Rishan. Let's go to the middle. Oh wow, Rukshan, look at this. Viren.
Whoa, Viren has moved on to P5.
5, and he's got Akhil Rizni and Kevin Pereira all over his tail. But see,
He's sandwiched between 2 Pereira brothers there. Meman Pereira and there he
it's
is.
a tough one, my friend, because
Side by side, 3 cars. Kevin, Viren, and
we've got a right royal sandwich here with a 3.
there's a bit of a nudge.
Nah, that's all right. That's all right. These things are gonna happen.
That is Kevin in the green Porsche, challenging Viren into the left-hander there.
Our local James Bond in his Aston Martin.
Oh yes. Last time he had a very bad experience
Very close.
at Sao Paulo driving the Volkswagen. Oh no, Supra.
Viren is going to find very difficult because he's shot. And in these cars,
Oh yes. I think he would. I think he's gonna have to.
whoa, that was a bump. That was a bump. Was a little naughty move there.
That's Kevin, under braking into the left-hander,
Yeah.
nudging a bit and saying hello.
Not Kevin,
Viren.
that was Akhil. Akhil, that was
Akhil.
Akhil. That was Akhil.
That
actually.
was Akhil.
That was Akhil. The race.
Probably showing
race control informing Akhil to be a little more mindful and a little more careful. This is acceptable because these things do happen in this kind of environment. Let's ride on board again with Rushdie Irshan. He's hassling it all the way. Rushdie is on the inside. Brian, hold up. I hope. Oh man, Brian. Epitome of defensive driving, keeps the car on the inside.
And moves on to the Andretti hairpin. This is a very difficult hairpin, very technical corner to take, and
the benefactor of this whole thing is going to be Thiago.
Yeah, because with this battle going on, Thiago is pulling quite a lead.
2.5 seconds.
Okay, so Irshan is 2.5, close to 3 seconds away from Brian's leader.
Brian's tires are almost.
That's shot, and maybe 70% of his rear right is gone.
Thiago's just coasting along with those tires. He's got 2 laps more. I told you, Rukshan, they're going to go to the wire.
They are going to risk it.
Because I drove this track.
Okay.
Yesterday. Tell
me, how was it?
I tried the cars.
Right.
And that's how I realized. I didn't want to make this comment before because otherwise the drivers would have had a preconceived notion on it.
Right.
When I drove it, I managed to go all the way up to the point without a pit stop.
Oh,
but I was much slower than these guys. Much slower.
What were you clocking back yesterday? 124, 5?
Are you trying to make me look bad?
No, you were just studying, yeah? You were just trying you were just trying whether the tires can keep up, probably so you can afford to drive slower and take it all the way up to the end.
I was trying to see where exactly the whole thing would be, because I want to know, from a commentator's point of view, what exactly the whole.
Oh, look at Irshan. Look at
Irshan. Done by Brian as well.
He's super clean driving. Brian is driving so defensive, but yet clean.
Let's watch to see where the others are. We are focusing all our attention on. We've lost 2 drivers, unfortunately. Kushan Piris and Riaz Hafrat. I think they may have had some technical issues with the internet, because I saw a comment come along that they've had to leave. We've got Adam in 11th place.
The Volkswagen is dancing away.
And so is Adam. Adam is 11th.
All these drivers looking at the tires.
Yeah.
It's shot, and they are holding on to their dear life with like 10 to 15% left on the tires.
Thiago's got 1 more lap.
Thiago's tires are looking healthier than most of the Porsche drivers. So
yes,
that is probably because he is leading.
No, and Rukshan, he's got nothing to fight with.
All right.
He's got Brian behind.
And behind us, 2.5 seconds behind.
Yes. Also, he knows that Rushdie.
Rushdie makes a move on the inside of Brian, and he manages to keep the lead on the. This is the beautiful move by Irshan, and we are on the penultimate lap. That is a fantastic move.
Final lap.
And the drivers go into the final lap now and goes into the Andretti hairpin. This is fantastic planning and very beautiful driving by Irshan. Irshan has managed to take the game.
There's another problem.
All the way up to the final lap.
Irshan, there's another problem.
What is it?
Both have to coast. They both have to coast. They cannot.
Because of the tires?
No, they finished their fuel.
Oh dear. These drivers. Can we look at the number 4 driver? Bivan is currently holding on to P4.
They're all in the same
8
boat.
seconds.
They're all in the same boat. They're all
driving on fumes right now. The fuel is indicating. Look at Thiago's fuel. Can we look at Thiago's fuel tank? These drivers are absolutely crazy, driving on right the edge.
No, Rukshan, they made it.
The tires are shot.
Rukshan, they made it. They only 2 corners more to go.
2 corners, no. 1, 2, 3 corners more before the race finish, and we are on the final lap. Riding on board with Thiago, and then on to Irshan. Brian on P3, Akhil Risni P4, Kevin Pereira P5, Viren, you have managed to just hold on to P6. He was up in the game, but unfortunately he has dropped out.
Rushdie Irshan, amazing drive.
A fantastic race driven by Rushdie, and he took the game to Thiago. Look at the finishing gap. It's just under a second. And Rushdie, that was the fantastic drive by Irshan.
Also,
Brian Pereira.
You have to give credit to Thiago and to Brian, because they pulled it off Honestly,
they fantastically pulled it off.
and
But
look at the tires. Look at the tires which are left.
That is very true.
There's nothing left in.
So where would this keep these drivers after this race when it comes to championship
Let's see,
points?
because the stewards may have a couple of things to look at.
So these race the results to all the dear viewers are provisional, and we have Sam joining us today as well from the race control as the race director, and we have Kalinga Samarivira joining us as the steward. So we have a steward panel of 3. I'm also trying to chip in there for stewarding as and when needed. And Niroshan Pereira obviously staying neutral and away from any officiating because Thiago Pereira is driving today. So that was a fantastic race, and the fastest lap time was again.
Adam came in with absolutely no tires left.
No tires left.
Amazing.
And mind you, at the last 2 laps, as we were focusing on the race finish, the Kurt Martenstein again clocked the fastest lap with 121.865, which was previously 0.9.
Fastest lap was Kurt, is it?
Fastest lap was recorded by Kurt in his Volkswagen Beetle GR3, and that was the end of the race. And we will
We'll be back with the AM race shortly.